Now, a one Inspector Vincent Bevan, who was in charge of the Green Ribbon Task Force, this fucking guy, the group assigned to investigate the Kristen French murders, was sure that the disposal site of Kristen being so near Leslie Mahaffy was not coincidental. He knew that Kristen had been badly beaten and wanted to see if the marks, especially on her back, matched any of the marks on the Mahaffy corpse. Perfectly logical conclusion to go to. Oh, I wonder if the marks match. But since the body was in pieces, the coroner didn't do the best job of autopsy and didn't look below the skin to see if there's any muscular bruising on the body like there was with Kristen. Can we do an autopsy on the 8 pieces of that girl's body? Yeah, pretty sure she died from being cut into pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what do you want me to do? She's dead. Throw her in a box and, take her out of those blocks of cement, throw her in a box and cover her with dirt. I don't know what to tell you. The coroners are doing just as bad a job as the fucking police. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, the poor woman looked like a Minecraft character, obviously.
It's... So, they exhumed the casket from the grave and found nothing. The bruises Kristen had did not match the bruises Leslie had. I imagine they would be a little different by now. She had been dead for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bevan
was still sure that the two were related. Bevan's then did, I'm sure that I think this is the only reason he even got into trying to find this killer. It's because he decided to produce and star in a crime reenactment docudrama called The Abduction of Kristen French. Boom, boom. With theme music, fast cuts, dramatic sound effects, fade-ins and outs, tolling church bells, and voiceovers. A 90-minute-long docudrama aired on prime time, July 21st, 1992. 90 minutes. 90 minutes for a murder reenactment. You can watch 3 murder reenactments on one episode of Dateline, for fuck's sake. 90-minute murder. But you don't even know what the fuck happened, and you're making a 90-minute reenactment. It could have happened.
Into character, you see, that's what it was.
Well, I just imagine it's like the end of Clue. It could have happened like this. Or it could have happened like this. And it's completely...
Find out tonight who murdered her at the end of it. Nobody actually knows what happened.
Tim Curry did it. And they just go arrest Tim Curry and his cream-colored Camaro. Now, he gave himself and the Camaro starring roles, claiming the cream-colored sports car, quote, "This is almost exactly like the car that was used in the abduction of Kristen French." You don't know that, you idiot. Paul and Karla watched, and all fear of ever being caught washed away. Not only did the police have the wrong information, but they just went on television and gave the entire region the wrong information as well. It's like you're sitting at home and you killed this person, and then they tell everybody the exact opposite. You're just like, we can do this forever.
It's pretty funny. I was like these mental images of the cop sitting there behind the wheel of the Camaro doing a castle on it. Yeah, and you didn't realize he actually just made the original Vanishing Point, or the sequel to Vanishing Point.
Yeah. It's
Vanishing Point 2, the Paul Bernardo story, but we haven't caught him yet, so we don't know it's actually him, but we're going to rename the title after we finish making the film and re-release it.
It's all on the poster.
Yeah.
With Vin Diesel for some reason. Him just saying family.
Family.
Now, they ended up trying to do the same thing to Tammy's friend Norma that they did to Jane. If you remember back first episode, Norma was one of the ones hanging out with Tammy that they were putting chopped up volume in their drinks. And they,
Yeah.
It didn't work. They tried to do the same thing like they had done with Jane, tried to get her to do stuff with Paul. For months, Paul tried to get her to sleep with him without the use of halcyon and halothane to no avail. They were kind of over the whole halcyon, halothane stuff. They'd had too many problems with it. Norma said enough was enough and broke all ties with the two of them. A failed attempt to have a three-way with a sex worker. Paul couldn't get and stay hard long enough. But apparently Karla and the sex worker had a very good time. This seemed, and that's fine. You want to pay a sex worker to have a three-way with you and your wife? Fuck, go ahead. In fact, do that more often than raping little girls. That was preferable. That's perfectly fine. They will tell you you can have sex with them. It's what you want.
That's a hooker whose head he wanted to laminate because they obviously
maybe
too well.
Karla, stop it. I want to laminate her head. Karla, stop it. I want to laminate her head.
So that would put my dick into laminator instead. Oh, God. Oh,
it's for a rap lyric.
Oh, that rhymes. That's a lyric, yeah.
If I don't do it in real life, I can't rap about it, Karla. That's why I'm trying to become invisible in this darkness. He's just in the bedroom, turning the lights off.
The lights off.
Now you can see me? No, you can't. Now you can see me? No, you can't. I'm invisible. Darkness. Oh. But this seemed to
Paul Bernardo. Fucking dickhead.
Yes. Yeah. The prison he's staying at, if you could just give him a phone or a computer just for a few hours so he could hear this. Tell him they're talking all about you, Paul. They love you so much. And just I imagine he would cry. Now, all this seemed to deepen whatever psychological issues Paul was having. He even ended up killing and eating their pet iguana because it had the audacity to whip him with its tail. So he fucking killed it and ate it.
He shot at him and called him a bastard.
After a less than eventful trip to Montreal, Paul was at his wit's end, to the point that when he returned, he beat Karla several times with a flashlight in the back of the head. And from what I understand, it was one of those big, like, metal Maglite flashlights, not like a little plastic.
A 1980s flashlight.
Yeah, a 1980 cop flashlight. Boom! The types they use in riots.
It's like
now on January
Transformer's arm. So it's like fucking huge things.
Yeah. On January 5th, 1993, Dorothy Homolka received 2 anonymous phone calls telling her to look at her daughter's face. She drove up to Martindale Animal Clinic and found Karla, eyes pitch black from beatings. At lunchtime, they went to... Where do you think they went to lunch, Dan? Where do you think, of all the places they could go, they went to lunch, Dan?
Not Arby's.
I can give you a hint. They're loving it.
They serve pizza there, I'm assuming, and spaghetti. So it's obviously pizza. The Olive Garden.
They got some Big Mac carbonara.
Oh, no. I can't believe I even thought of that. It's going to haunt my dreams.